Hello, my name is Maggie, and this is the first of a series of videos that I'm going to be doing to show the basics of how I learned how to knit and crochet. First thing I'm going to do, obviously, is show you guys some stuff that I know about crochet. Yes, that's much better. The first thing I do is I make a slip stitch. Show you how I do it just by leaving it on the paper. Wrap it around. Bring it under the loop. Put it through that little hole. And then pull it tight. And there is my slip knot. I do apologize for the noises in the background. My son is in the room with me with this video. First thing I'm going to show everybody how to do is the chain stitch. Now, the chain stitch is done the same way by everybody, no matter whose style you're learning to do this in. And that's simple enough. All you do is you hold your hook. I hold mine like this. Wrap it around. Then I hold my work. After I put one loop on it, I hook it and I pull it through. And I repeat that however many times my design tells me. Wrap it around, hook it, pull it through. Now, depending on the design that you're going to be doing or what you're trying to make will depend on how many chain stitches that you do. And a chain stitch is in every pattern. It doesn't matter if you're making a square, a granny square, a blanket, a baby blanket, a throw, an afghan, booties, bibs, sweaters, skirts, shoes. It doesn't matter. Here is my chain stitch. Now, if you look, right here is a little loop, and that's where this loop goes in. And then right next to that is another little loop. And another, and another, and another, and another, and it goes all the way down. The first stitch that I'm going to use is just a single crochet stitch. And for that, you tighten your, and then your yarn down onto your hook, and then you go 1, 2. You go down. You don't count this one because that is actually part of your stitch that you have on your needle. So you go to the next full stitch, that's 1, and then to the one right after that, and that's 2. Push your needle through the top part of that stitch. Bring your yarn around, you hook it and you pull it through 1, and then you bring it back around in front and you hook it and you pull it through 2. And then you repeat the process. You can see the bigger hole right here, and right next to it is a little loop right there. Take your needle and you go back down into that loop, hook it and pull it through 1, and then you pull it through 2. One more time. You go down after you get this started, after you get your single crochet stitch right here started down the line, you go into the very next stitch. You'll see a big hole, and then you'll see a little loop. That's your next stitch. Put your hook through that stitch, the top part of that stitch, only one loop. Hook it, pull it through 1, yarn in front, hook it, and pull it through 2. And that is the simple single crochet. Depending on the stitch that you do will depend on how many chain stitches you have to pass up to do that first stitch. A single crochet, you go into the second full stitch. A double crochet, you go into the third. A half double, you go into the third. A double, you go into the fourth. A half treble, you go into the fifth, and a treble, you go into the sixth. And each one is bigger. Each stitch is bigger. A half double is bigger than the single crochet stitch that I'm doing. And a double crochet stitch is bigger than the half double, and so on and so forth. And that is the first video in the series on how to do a chain stitch and a single crochet stitch. And I will go through the process one more time. See the big hole? Right next to it, you'll have a loop. Put your needle through that loop. Yarn over in front, or you can go from the back. Yarn from the back, it doesn't matter, whichever way you're comfortable. Hook it and pull it through one, and then hook it and pull it through two. To finish off my chain stitch. Some stitches are a little harder to get into. You kind of got to loosen them up. But you'll recognize those when you get to them, trust me. Yarn over, through one, and through two. Next up, I will go back across this work and show everybody the half double crochet stitch.